Hello, it's Vito Buenaventura and this is my part of the website. So for today's example on decision making, we are going to have a quick look into one of my favorite subtopics, games. I will be talking to you about a game called Prisoner's Dilemma. And the decision analysis or making the prisoner's dilemma is a paradox when two people acting in their own self-interest do not result in the best possible solution. So the example we will be using is from Investopedia. So we have two bank robbers, Elizabeth, let's draw her, and Henry. They have been arrested and interrogated in two separate rooms. The authorities have no other witnesses and can only prove the case against them if they can convince at least one of the robbers to betray their accomplice and testify to the crime. Each bank robber is faced with the choice to cooperate with their accomplice and remain silent, or to defect from the gang and testify for the prosecution. If they both cooperate and remain silent, then the authorities will only be able to convict them on a lesser charge, resulting in 1 year for jail time. So that's 1 year for Elizabeth, plus 1 year for Henry. In total, 2 years jail time. If one testifies and the other does not, the one who testifies will go free and the other will get 5 years. So that is 0 years for the one who defects, plus 5 for the one convicted. In total, that's 5 years jail time. However, if both testify against each other, they will each get 3 years in jail for being partly responsible for the robbery. So that is 3 years for Elizabeth, plus 3 years for Henry. That would be 6 years jail time. So let's make a table. So this is the outcome if Elizabeth cooperates and then Elizabeth defects. So it'll be Henry cooperates. Let's make another one here. Henry defects. So as aforementioned, that's 1 and 1. Then 5, 0. Then 0 and 5 as aforementioned. Lastly 3, 3 give us 6. So to sum it up, regardless of the decision the other robber makes in the scenario, each robber will always have an incentive to defect. Elizabeth believes that if Henry doesn't say anything, she will have the option of cooperating with him and serving a year in prison, or she will be free to go. In this instance, it is obvious that she would be better off betraying Henry. Alternatively, Elizabeth can choose to stay silent and serve 5 years in prison, or she can speak up and serve 3 years in prison if Henry turns traitorous and testifies against Elizabeth. It goes without saying that she would rather take 3 years than 5. In either scenario, Elizabeth would benefit more from defecting and testifying against Henry than if he works with her. Henry will always be better off defecting as well, since he has the same set of options. Lastly, the prisoner's dilemma paradox is this. The two robbers can reduce the total amount of time they will serve in jail if they cooperate and remain silent, which will only cause in a total of 2 years in jail. However, the incentives they face separately will always cause them to defect, resulting in the maximum 6 years in jail between the two of them. Thank you for listening.